Hello everybody, this is Catherine here from Continue the Magic, and this is your news update for the week of June 8th. So this week we've got new information on the new Monsters Inc. area that's coming to Hollywood Studios. We have a new patent out from Disney that we're going to discuss, and we have some discounts that are coming down the pike. So let's get started. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. It really helps me out at the channel, and to make sure that you never miss a news update or a ride-through video. So with that, let's jump right into the new Monsters Inc. land details. So they are officially starting to call this Monstropolis. This absolutely makes sense. It looks like they are indeed kind of rebuilding the city here, that we're going to get that whole immersive vibe of being in Monstropolis. So they've given us more details around the storyline for this. So this is taking place after the Monsters Inc. Movie has completed. So we've already discovered that laughter is much more powerful than screams. So we've already got more of that positive view around humankind. They're stopped worrying about so much the contamination and those kind of details. So the idea here is that they're going to really open up Monstropolis and that they're doing this Human Day. So it stands for Humans Understand Monsters Are Nice. And the idea is it's kind of like a cultural exchange between humans and the monster world, that they're opening up Monstropolis to let us come and visit for this specific day. So I love that they're going for a lived-in, vibrant city vibe here. So that you're going to have restaurants, we should see shop fronts, maybe we'll even see some kind of like interactions and different things happening on those shop fronts to keep it feeling like a real city that's being lived in. So we're going to have a few different things here. We've got the Globe Theater. We still don't know for sure what is happening in that area. It does seem like it's maybe not going to be Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor just moving over, and that it might be a new show or interactive meet and greet experience. So we'll have to wait for more details on that. We do know that we're going to be getting a quick service restaurant. Again, we don't know what this is going to look like yet. We're also going to get Harryhausen's here, so we're expecting this to be a sit-down Japanese-style restaurant, similar to what we see in the actual movie. So it's nice that they're taking this right out of the film and putting it into the parks. My guess is reservations here are going to be tough to get for a while, so make sure that we'll keep you updated on what that looks like when we get closer to that open date. And then, of course, we're going to have that big Monsters Inc. building at the back that is going to be where we have our hanging coaster. So I love that they're giving us more storyline here. They don't give a whole lot of details at this point, but you do see that in the news article that they gave us as kind of how they've introduced this, you can see that there's reference to page 8, column 15, where there will be more information on this. If you know, D23 is happening on August 15th this year, so we think that's kind of an illusion that this is where we're going to be getting more details about Monsters Inc., which is kind of what we were expecting anyways. So Monstropolis is coming down the pike. We should have more information on this in the next couple months, which is very exciting. I'm really thrilled to see this one. The way they've been going forward with their new lands recently, that level of immersion that they've been bringing, I think they're going to really bring their A game for this, and I think this could be a really cool experience. So now let's dig into the new patent that came out. So this one, it was filed back in December 2024, but it just came through for approval at the beginning of June. And this one is about a new type of projection screen. So typically when we've seen projection screens before, or projections in attractions, it's always on kind of a stationary, always existing projection screen or surface. So the idea behind this one is that they can bring up the screen and remove it so that you get a little bit more of that magic that a thing can appear out of nowhere. And the other thing is we're not necessarily talking a flat projection screen, but they can do 3D patterns with this. So it's based on rings with a stretched projection screen around this that can do different shapes. So mostly it looks like they're doing kind of conical shapes or like a pyramid shape. So there's a few different options there. But the idea here is that it can kind of pop up out of nowhere. You can do the projections on it, and then it can flatten and disappear again. So the other part here is that there's actually going to be lighting within the projector screen itself or within the shape itself. So you can do strobe lighting effects, you could have it interact with magic bands. So there's a lot of cool possibilities here. So they've kind of referenced a few different options of how this could be used. It could be a plant or a tree limb kind of growing out of nowhere. It references the ability to have kind of a tornado appear and drop to the ground. A character's arm kind of reach out at you. So some very cool things where you could really have the world kind of pop out at you and have really detailed projection mapped surfaces appear out of nowhere and disappear again. So they haven't really determined how this is going to be used. Obviously there's a lot of new lands coming, so there's a lot of possibilities here. My guess is there's probably going to be use cases for these types of things almost everywhere, where you can have that really next level immersion. And the way they started mixing projection screens and animatronics, they are getting better at kind of blurring those worlds together. So I think this is just the next level of that, where it's going to start hitting points where we can't really tell what's physically there, what's a screen. Like, they're just starting to blend it together so nicely that I think this is the next step in that evolution. Next, I want to quickly touch on some new discounts that have come out. So Disney does have their bounce back booking deal for hotels, and they are extending that now into 2027. So this is up to 35% off on deluxe resorts, 30% on moderates, and up to 25% on value resorts. So the idea here is that you'll get this offer when you arrive for your current Disney vacation, and you'll have 7 days to make that decision on whether you want to book a bounce back deal. Keep in mind, if you do take advantage of that you can cancel or change those plans up to 30 days in advance. So if you want to kind of lock in that discount and then make final decisions on how you want that next trip to look later down the road, you do have that option available to you. The other one that came out is a new discount for teachers specifically. So this is teachers in the US and in Canada. And this is, interestingly, a Disney Springs Resort deal. So we don't talk about these types of things often. It's usually like the Disney property resorts, the Disney owned hotels that we discuss. But there is this new deal covering the summer months, which makes sense for teachers, that they're going to give an extra discount to teachers for those Disney Spring resorts. So your hotel prices get as low as $79 a night. Really good deal there. If you haven't done a Disney Springs resort before, I did it on my last trip. I will put out a video where I kind of go through the full experience, but overall I felt that it did keep me in the Disney bubble. If anything, I kind of preferred the way the bus services worked, and that you do still get the perk of the early entry. You just let them know which Disney Springs hotel you're staying at. They might ask to see your reservation, but you do get the early entry at the parks as well. So you get a lot of those on-property deals, even though you're not staying in a Disney-owned hotel. So it is a good option if you are a teacher and you're looking for something to do this summer. This is a good option for you if you want to sneak in a Disney trip. So I think you have until the August 31st to book this, for dates as late as September 7th is the cutoff for these. So that was a really quick news update for this week. We are going to be getting into the Universal side of things next time. I know I said that in the last video, but we did have a couple of big news updates for Disney that dropped, so I wanted to make sure I got those out first. But we'll be doing an update around the new Universal Kids Resort that's opening in Texas in July, so that's opening up really soon, and then we'll go over all of the details that we can pull together for Halloween Horror Nights. So with that, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification button, and we will see you next time.